Hello, Steve White, Steve Arts 89. Well, the Will Smith Oscars incident part 2. Okay, so I was watching the Oscars. Now, I haven't watched the Oscars for years, but rather than having to go through and do a bunch of research to work out who won this year to talk about the Oscars, I thought I might try and watch it this year, but I still missed half of the ceremony. I managed to catch half of it, but I was watching it and Chris Rock made a joke about Jada Pinkett Smith. He said, G.I. Jane 2, I'm looking forward to it, which was a joke about her hair because she's got a shaved head. And Will Smith was laughing at first, but Jada was not. She was not happy. And then Will got up on stage and slapped Chris Smith in the face. And then he walked off, and then Chris was reacting to that sort of in shock, and Will twice and very aggressively said, and this was audible in Australia, it was not censored in Australia. In America it was muted, but in Australia we heard it. He said, "Keep my wife's name out of your mouth." And he said it twice, and he was not joking. And Chris said, "I'm sorry." I don't know, he didn't say I'm sorry, he said it was a G.I. Jane joke. And then he said, "I will." As in I'm not going to say anything about your wife again. But it was fairly shocking. And the other thing that was kind of disturbing was when he won the Oscar, and I would have been really happy for Will Smith winning the Oscar, but part of his speech was justifying what he did, because he was basically saying, I have to protect and take care of the people that I love. And that's what this character did, King Richard, the father of Serena and Venus Williams. And he was trying to talk about, I want to be a vessel for love, I want to be, good, but I have to protect people. And I just felt like, wow, are you really justifying assaulting someone on live TV? Like, I'm like a zero tolerance person. I'm a pacifist. I don't believe in violence. And having been assaulted in my life, it's a horrible experience, and to have to go through that live on stage in front of everyone and then be funny immediately afterwards, I think Chris Rock was amazing. You can see that moment, because he would have been shook. I know what that feels like. But what I'm not going to go into it. But and the other thing, I understand though why he did that, because Jada has alopecia, and that's why she shaves her head. And that's a very difficult thing to deal with. I can't imagine being a Hollywood actress and having to deal with alopecia, because the beauty standards and the hypocrisy regarding that is so bad. Now, I believe I have alopecia as well. I have to shave my head like this. I don't do it because I think it looks good. I have bald patches around here. They usually don't show if I don't turn my head, if I keep my hair really short, but often if you look at my videos, I'm wearing a beanie or a hat, because I didn't realize how bad it was until these last 2 years, because I've been shaving my own sides, so I have to look at it in the mirror and really look at it, and it's very upsetting. And I'm not a woman who has to be on camera in Hollywood. The pressure about the self-consciousness of that must be extreme, and she's dealing with that very bravely. I feel self-conscious enough just doing YouTube videos, and I have like a small audience, and no one cares. But I can't imagine what it's like for her. So I understand when she obviously felt angry or shamed by that, and Will saw that, because he was laughing at first, but then when he saw her and she was not laughing, that's when he did that. So I still don't think it justifies what he did. He could have cursed him out. He didn't have to get up on stage and hit him in front of everyone and give this example of, this is how you deal with a situation like that. So I was much happier with Jessica Chastain's speech, which actually spoke out against violence, and spoke about, because the big sort of Oscar clip scene was Tammy Faye defending, I'm not even going to say either of the words, because I don't feel like having this video be demonetized, even though I'm not going to get a lot of views out of it, but you can't sort of say certain words because you get in trouble on YouTube. But she defended us and the epidemic that we went through in the 80s and 90s, and that was a great moment for her, and she had to talk about that, and she addressed that, and so she spoke out against what he justified. And I just hate it because people are going to attack him for that. The racist people are going to attack him for that, and that's going to overshadow the fact that he got the Oscar because he gave a great performance in a great movie. So I'm so angry at him for undermining his Oscar win, because we have so few black people who actually win Oscars, and now we have to have this drama attached to this one. So I have lots of feelings about it. I really feel for Jada Pinkett Smith. Last few years I haven't really appreciated her because I was kind of shocked by the way she spoke about her affairs on Will Smith and stuff. And now Will Smith, I boycotted him years ago because he slapped a reporter. And I didn't watch his movies for years because apparently this reporter tried to kiss him on the lips, like being a bit too friendly, and he slapped him. I thought it was really homophobic because he had said in the past that he was homophobic and that he wouldn't film the kiss scene in 6 Degrees of Separation and so forth. But I found out later that guy was a prank guy. He's one of those guys who gets on the red carpet and pretends and does stuff to celebrities to make them look bad on camera, and I'd fallen for that. I thought that was real, and this guy was just honestly being friendly, and Will Smith slapped him just because he was homophobic. What it really was this guy was setting him up for that to happen. So I didn't watch his films for years, and then I found out that was a prank, basically. So then I felt guilty and went back and watched all his films on video. Like I hadn't watched Ali or anything. Because I'd seen him when he came to Melbourne for Ali, when he did the appearance at, was it Hoyt Cinemas, with my friend Marie and Vinny, and it was a big moment. And then I didn't watch the film because I think it was on the red carpet or one of the interviews for that that he did that. So yeah, I had some mixed feelings about Will and Jada, but I really feel for her having alopecia. It's not easy. It's disappointing how self-conscious we are. Like I said, I am not a Hollywood celebrity. I am not an actress. I'm not a female who has to deal with the beauty pressures, but I still feel self-conscious and ashamed of the fact that I have these bald patches on my head. And sometimes when I'm doing videos, I have stuff on my screen on my computer over here, and I can't read it because I know if I turn my head, it'll show. So often I wear a beanie if I think I might have to turn to read something. But it's kind of inconsistent too. Sometimes it seems to be gone and then it comes back because it's not consistent. So at the moment, I don't feel like it's showing as bad. So I haven't shaved a second time, but because I shaved like a week ago and it's still looking okay. But I had to talk about it because I felt bad for her. I understood that. But I also don't think it still justifies what he did. He didn't have to hit him. He could have gone up and said, and been like, got in his face, said, how dare you, treat my wife like that? How dare you make her feel self-conscious or ashamed of something like that? I think that might have been a better way to deal with it. But I'm going to go. Feel free to share, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think of this incident. Yeah, bye.